Hi guys, and welcome to this video. I'm here in my new home studio setup, and this video is going to concentrate on developing your horizontal guitar solo playing / improvisation. Most of my stuff that I teach has always been about developing your guitar solo playing and your improvisation. And most of what I teach is stuff that I got from guitar lessons with the great jazz guitar player Mike Stern, and then just a bunch of stuff that I've gathered over the years in my own playing. So this horizontal playing development, I've talked about this a little bit before in earlier videos, like quite a few years ago, but this is for me kind of the starting point of all my teaching when I have students, and I do have students as well. So if you want to do online lessons, hook me up, write in the comments, or send me an email, which will be in the description below. Today we're going to play out from the C major chord, or actually we're going to play over the A minor chord, which is the same notes. C major scale is the same as Aeolian. If you don't know those scales, I actually forget what they are called in English right now, but all the individual scales, depending on where you are from the chord or the root note, So C standard here would be Ionian, right? C major scale, and then Dorian. So first and Dorian, and so on, the different scales. Today we're in A minor, so it's Aeolian. Quite an unusual place on the fretboard I just did there, but this is actually the exact topic that we're going to talk about today. How to get to know the fretboard extremely well, being able to play voicings a lot better, like what I mean by knowing the fretboard is kind of like playing, and also being able to play interesting lines and not being so caught up in kind of clusters, like position playing, that can have a certain sound that I also love from the blues players, but I gravitate a lot more, or maybe it's a balance, between the position playing and horizontal playing. That's kind of how I think about it. So that in A minor, that would mean being very well rehearsed in playing. Oh, excuse me. So that's kind of horizontal playing with two notes at a time. You can also, the better you get at it, the more stuff you can play. So, you know, the more strings you can kind of comprehend at the same time. So it would be. These are just 3-note voicings. I kind of prefer to spread them out a little bit so there's a closer, the intervals are closer. Kind of like that. There it is. Okay, so this is all the stuff that I'm going to teach on this channel called Beyond Pentatonics. Is I'm not very good at talking about these huge subjects in a short amount of time. I will try. My goal really is to try to make kind of 10-minute videos, maybe a little bit more, but I can see already now I've already crossed over 8 minutes and I haven't even really gotten to it. So here, so I'm going to start to go into it right now, and I hope you can follow this. So, we're in the key of A minor. The point here is to be able to play on every string up and down in time, and being able to play convincingly and in time, also with effects like vibrato and bends and all that stuff, and combining notes and, you know, doing intervals and stuff. But the basic thing is to play from the lowest note of that makes sense for the key you're playing in to the highest note on the guitar on each string, and then change between the strings in time. And it's very important to choose a tempo that you can play fluently, even when you go back down pitch-wise. So, and when you change between the strings, you know. So let me demonstrate the basic thing. Let's start on the A string. That's Aeolian with the low, the minor sixth in there. This you should be able to do on all the strings. So let me do it on. Let me show you on the other strings. You see, you don't have to start on the root note, which is A. You start on the lowest note that makes sense for the key you're playing in. So on my low E string, it's the E note. And so on. I've done this for 10 or 20 years now, so find the tempo that fits your playing, especially when it has to be fluent when you go from up and down, because you want to be able to play later on, you want to be able to switch between going up and down, and it has to be a fluent thing. So if you're on so that's the first step doing this. All of this you also need to practice in the major key. Those are, and the Dorian and the Phrygian and the Lydian and the Locrian, and it all depends on how much you want to learn. So ideally, you should take all the scales and practice them. If I take the major scale right now, it would just be and so on. There's no fingering involved here or anything. So but let's go back to the minor. Am I in tune? Good enough, I think. So yeah, the next thing would be to embellish those notes more and more. And the first thing I usually teach is going from a chord tone above and then the chord tone. So here's the chord tone. If we start on the A string, then it would be and so on. The next thing would be to take a scale from below and then the chord tone. So that would be let me try not to go so fast. So. just taking on some of the other strings would be. The next thing would be to combine those two, which could be yeah, of course you can with right now I played it with the chord tone from above, chord tone from below, and then the chord tone. Okay? That's the you can also, embellish in other ways, like doing chromatic. That sounds very nice as well. But let's just start out with the chord tones from above, chord tone from below, and then the chord tone. I'm saying chord tone, which is not really correct, because that would be. I mean a scale from above, scale from below, and then the scale note. Okay, that's a little late to say that, but anyway. And then you kind of get into a territory of some kind of classic bebop lines. If you do this. Excuse me, that's something else, but. And what I'm doing now is actually doing it more in position playing. And that could be the next step with this kind of thing. So practicing horizontal first, like. Excuse me. You could do that like. This also gives you an opportunity, this horizontal playing, like I said earlier. That it kind of develops your knowledge and your fretboard knowledge, so also your so it's because all the chords are just built up by all these scale notes. So when you kind of it will become much easier to kind of see and understand the voicings and the chords. I kind of like those kind of voicings. They are a little bit reminiscent of like Eric Johnson and Alan Holdsworth, players like that. Like Alan would just do like insane stuff like this. It all depends on taste and what you want to do, of course, but yeah, I'm kind of a little bit out of tune here. Okay, so you can practice that stuff, and you can so it kind of what it does is kind of it glues together your position playing. So if you and we could talk about position playing in another video, but if you're used to playing like A minor here, and maybe here, then when you practice this horizontal playing and the vibe and the feeling of the fretboard in this sense, it's much easier to glue your lines together between the positions, and also just playing like in between, you know, like if we have A minor, I will play here. I actually love to play in those in between places, between the root and the fifth, like bar chords placements, because you can get a lot of interesting, just playing the same from the same scale, but you get a lot of interesting accents on different places and on a little bit different notes, and it creates another kind of vibe. Yeah, so Of course, I'm playing a lot of stuff here, but it all comes. Most of this comes from. I'm not really even playing altered scales or anything like that right now. Oh, excuse me, that was Dorian. And also, I like to practice. I used to practice that a lot with just by limiting yourself. So, kind of just soloing on one or two strings, maybe. So there's so much you can do on just like one string, just by being very familiar with how the notes are placed, you know. So let us jam out a little bit on this video here. I just did a little looper recording here. It's a little bit special because this little chord sequence that I just recorded on the looper on the floor here, it kind of makes me want to play simple ballady stuff, you know. Yeah. So I hope you got something out of this video, which is more than half an hour long. So I need to work on that. Yeah. If you have any questions about this or anything, really post it in the comments below. And if you liked this kind of this content here, please do subscribe to the channel, and please like this video. And hit me up if you want some online guitar lessons. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video. I do have several other channels as well. My main channel is about just my music, called Steffen Brix, which is my name. This channel is called Beyond Pentatonics, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day.